What's up, everybody? This is Trey Biddy with HawgSports. I'm coming to you from Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. A little snow and ice on the field. Just got done with Hunter Yurachek and Barry Lunney Jr.'s press conferences. Now, this is obviously the first time that we've spoken to Hunter Yurachek, well, in a while, but first time since Chad Morris was fired on Saturday. And I thought this was a good environment. It's super cold out here. You didn't know you were going to get a post-press conference walk and talk, did you? It's like 30 degrees in Fayetteville right now, but I really like a lot of the stuff that Hunter Yurachek said, Barry Lunney too. I mean, Hunter just kind of went into the fact that he just didn't see a lot of progress. Some of the stuff that we were all seeing, just didn't see a lot of progress over the last few weeks with Razorback football. I do think that Barry Lunney is the right guy to lead this team for the last two games. I think it's good that they get a bye week. He had a great quote at the end when he said, we've tried so many quarterbacks. Why would we announce who we're going to start at quarterback? We're just going to kind of Gomer Pyle these guys, talking about LSU, and it'll just be surprise, surprise, surprise. I thought that was a great line. That might have been the best head coach press conference that we've had at Arkansas in a long, long time, because Chad just got into this phase where he was just avoiding every question. Everything was coach speak. I think that he thought he was talking to me when I would ask a question, and really he's talking to everybody on the other end of that camera, everybody that's reading articles. And he just never really seemed to get that. That was part of the issue with Chad. Frank Broyles always said, you got to be a great head coach, you got to be a great coach, you got to be a great communicator and a great recruiter. And Chad had some of those things. I think he did some really strong ideas, and Barry Lunney brought that up. Had some really strong ideas as far as recruiting goes, and that's something that maybe they can piggyback with moving forward, as Barry Lunney said, whoever the next coach is. But there were a lot of other issues, obviously, with this team. They just never bought in. I mean, probably right away from the first press conference, they just never really got it. But some of the things that Hunter Yurachek said about looking for a coach, obviously not going to identify candidates, but really didn't shut the door on anything when it comes to whether it's a sitting head coach, a former head coach, a coordinator. They're going to pretty much explore all the different possibilities. So I think that's the right approach. I mean, you want to find a guy that just fits, that gets Razorback athletics, what everything means, the history of this program, and I think that Hunter really gets all of that stuff. At least that's what he said. Now, I think we can take what we've seen so far with him, with other coaching searches like gymnastics coach, with basketball coach, all of those things should leave Razorback fans pretty encouraged. Man, this is beautiful in here right now. For those of you who listen, I wish you could just see this ice and snow-covered field on this freezing day in Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville. I hope the camera, I gotta let you guys see this. Just beautiful. I think it hurts everybody that a place like this has seen so much losing. And people are saying, like, what kind of coach is going to come here and stuff. Hunter said the same thing that I thought. The team, the talent on this squad isn't as bad as everybody is making it out to be. It's just not as bad as Chad Morris is making it out to be. I thought one of the telling quotes that he had in his press conference was, we knew this wasn't going to be an overnight fix. I think everybody's seen that the last 2 years. Not overnight, last 2 years. I mean, that was about as telling as an out-of-touch response as you could get. So just again to outline some of the things they're looking for, somebody who can come in here and inspire the players, who understands Razorback football, can get them back to a competitive level. And I thought it was a great kind of segue into this, with Barry Lunney Jr., a guy that took over in a similar situation in 1992 after Jack Crow was fired, and he was a freshman on that team, and they ended up beating Tennessee that year, who was number 3 in the country, on the road. That wasn't a very good Arkansas team, but you fast forward to when Barry Lunney's a senior and those guys win the Western Division and play in the first SEC championship game. And that's something that he's kind of tried to relay to these players a little bit, just about, first of all, having the experience of being a Razorback and playing in these 12 games, these 12 opportunities you get. You spend 9 months. Well, that was a great line from Hunter Yurachek. You spend 9 months, preparing, and then you get 12 opportunities. And then Barry kind of added on to that, saying, you know, it can be so disheartening when you put all that work in and then you start to lose. I also think this was interesting. They pointed to the Kentucky game. You know, Barry said, sorry, it's cold out here, guys, so I'm starting to sniffle a little bit. But he said that in the Kentucky game, you know, they put all that effort in. It felt like it was a game they should have won. Something I was preaching the entire time. That game was right for the taking. I mean, it was there for them, and they lost it, and that's where things just kind of went downhill. I mentioned the press conference, of course, where, you know, he said this locker room is fragile, and that was just like, oh my God. I could not believe that he said that. And again, you know, just things like that to show you're just a little out of touch with what people want to hear and who you're talking to. You're talking to Razorback Nation, the fans. You're not talking to me here. So, whew, and it's starting to get cold. But I could not resist doing this out here in this. I mean, wow, it's incredible in here right now. Makes me wish we had a game like this, even as cold as it is. I may regret saying that here in about 4 minutes, but when I shut this thing off. But yeah, I mean, they are going to hire some kind of coaching consulting firm. I think a lot of people are confused on what that is, because this time of year you can't just like reach out straight directly to a coach. You reach out to the agent. The consulting or coach firm reaches out to the the other agent, and that's how you get a jump on this kind of stuff. It's not just because, first of all, as a coach, you don't want, or excuse me, as a athletic director, you don't want it coming out that, you know, so-and-so, you've offered so-and-so the job, or you've reached out to so-and-so, because nobody is a candidate for this coaching job until they accept the coaching job. That's how you want it to play out as an athletic director. But I'm ready. I've activated coach mode. I am staying up late at night, going to bed early in the morning. For those of you who haven't signed up at HawgSports.com, literally, I think we're pushing like in the thousands of people that have taken advantage of our 2 months for $1 promo. So sign up at HawgSports.com, HawgSports.com, select the monthly option, and you can get 2 months for $1. I mean, that's 50 cents per month. That's 1.6 cents a day right now. That's the best offer that you're going to find at HawgSports.com for a critical time. And we've said before that, you know, last time with Chad Morris being hired, we were just in a situation where we were able to guide people along step by step, everything happening behind the scenes, have some great sources. I'm not saying that's going to happen exactly like that again. I don't know what's going to happen, but I know it's going to be a roller coaster, highs and lows, and going to be a lot of fun. And frustrating at times. It's a roller coaster. So sign up at HawgSports.com. Do not miss this. Take advantage. Find out what you've been missing at HawgSports.com, HawgSports.com. Yeah, coaching search starts now. Barry Lunney as the interim, and that's really that's where things are. So what kind of guy is right for this job? We've outlined several of them. Some people say things like Mike Leach would be a great hire, and definitely a guy who's out of the box. The thing about Leach is he's won everywhere he's been. You know, there's been several other candidates. I do think that ideally you find a sitting head coach for this position. I just think that makes the most sense. When you talk about wanting a guy come in here with some experience, a guy that can unify and bond the locker room, I don't think you want somebody that's just kind of learning on the job. I think that would probably be a mistake by this. Not somebody that's learning on the job, somebody that gets Arkansas football, somebody that has some familiarity with the SEC, obviously, and really somebody that the players can believe in, somebody they can unite around, and somebody that can, got the sniffles. It's cold out here, but everybody knows what we're looking for in a head coach at Arkansas. And Frank Broyles, as I said in the outset, laid it out perfectly. A guy that's a great coach, a great communicator, and a great recruiter. All of those things will play well. I can't get over how nice it looks in this stadium right now with all this white. All right, everybody. I want to thank you for joining us. Be sure to sign up. HawgSports.com. Just go to the homepage, top right, select the monthly option. There's no promo code or anything like that, and you'll get the site 2 months for $1, and let us guide you through this coaching search. All right, everybody. Appreciate you joining me. Thank you for making this stuff so popular. I know everybody, everywhere I go, people talk to me about the walk and talk, and I really appreciate everybody letting us be your number one insider, independent source on the Razorbacks. It's been a great time over at 24/7 Sports. So thank you to all of you guys. It wouldn't be possible without you. This has been Trey Biddy with HawgSports.com, and we'll catch you next time.